What is going on? We are back again here for some more wildcard action. Last game of the night. Should be a fun ride as always. Two teams looking to set up a date with the Detroit Hellhounds. Their first time ever getting the number one seed in the conference in regards to Detroit. I think they've done it as Arizona before, right? Have you done it before or no? Yeah, it made it to United Bowl once and everything like that, and it should be an interesting ride here. These two teams, they've split the series, that being Dallas and Huntington Beach. The winner of that said series will move on to Detroit. I got my big homie Caboose up in the building. What's happening? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. I've got all the stats up from these two teams. Looking forward to getting all the color commentary that has kind of been missing recently up into the booth here.
Sorry. But yeah, gotta get the games rolling as always. Definitely, as you already know, we're going to be on the commentary booth all the rest of the way this season, and from what we've been talking about with the rest of the crew, going to be a lot more often from what I'm seeing, and I can't wait to see all the new moves going forward. Stone way up in there. What's happening, homie? Getting the giveaway !USFA, and you have two teams here. You're currently running Dallas, but your halfback is here at Huntington Beach. So what are your thoughts on Huntington Beach? I'll speak on Dallas.
As much as I hate to say it, they have Ulf, which means I have no faith in Huntington Beach winning a United Bowl because it's Ulf. He's just cursed to never win, I guess. But Huntington Beach has been in this spot a million times before. Every single season that we've ever run, we've had Huntington Beach in the playoffs. They've never missed. So Huntington Beach, they have the experience, they have the pedigree to win these kinds of games, and they're kind of expected to do that. And this team, despite all the turnover that it's had, they're still a top 3, top 4 team in the league, year in, year out.
Most definitely. And on the other side, the wild card team here is Dallas, but honestly, you could call them the Joker. They have all the talent needed. They have a great quarterback in Justin Duke. Dominic McKenzie, he's halfback of the year candidate, 1 MVP. Wide receiver group crazy. Rocky there, Sir Lancelot there, Jerry Riggs there. You got TJ Blackman getting in the giveaway. He says, "Don't forget me" on the other side, leading the league in sacks. Otto McKenzie on the D line. Wheezy Porter, my opinion, top safety in the league. If you're not talking about my boy Preston, who retired, but it's too much about me. Let's talk about Wheezy Porter. Great tackler in open field, coverage guy. He could do it all. And honestly, I can see it going either way. As I can't choose who is the favorite in this one. It's just only one way to figure out who's going to get it done, my friend.
Absolutely, hit that play game button. And I mean, these two teams, the two times they've played, they are separated by a mere 51 plus 5 points between these two teams in their season series so far. It's going to be a tough one to call until the fat lady sings.
Most definitely, and we're going to get this thing rolling here tonight. Best of luck to Dallas. Best of luck to Huntington Beach. The Voyagers are starting us off here tonight, and we are underway. It's going to be a kneel down there by Caleb Howard, and we are in the mix here. Let's go ahead and get into it. Tyler Deathridge, he's been there before, and honestly, he's been more so the quarterback, waiting to see who they play. But here he is in the wild card, I believe for the first time, it feels like it, in his career in the wild card game.
They may have been there once before, but if they were, it wasn't by much. And I mean, he's leading the league right now with 42 passing touchdowns. Not too far behind, though, is Toronto's Jax James, and actually, surprisingly, DJ Church from Tampa, who is not in the playoffs this year.
It definitely helps having a guy like Kai Coco going over 2,100 yards and over 24 TDs. That's definitely going to help. But we're going to set up second down, and it's going to be a handoff to Ulf, who's looking to get his first ring, and it's going to start with the 9-yard gain. He said earlier you have less faith in him because he has less faith in the Huntington Beach Voyagers because they have number 34. But if he turns up in these playoffs, anything's possible.
And it's true. And it's not like Ulf hasn't had his opportunities. He was on that Arizona team that made it to the United Bowl in season 7 that ultimately lost to St. Louis. But he's kind of at that stage of his career where you're wondering, is he ever going to get that ring? And I don't know if he will.
So far, so good here for Huntington Beach, as they're going to go ahead and move forward inside Dallas territory. Tyler Deathridge perfect on the game up to this point, as we'll see them at the 48-yard line or so. Shotgun set, off in the backfield. And they're going to go ahead and pass it quick in the middle, and it's going to be caught there. Going to make it to the 40-yard line. Doesn't seem a little bit of a stutter here. We'll see if it pops back up. There you go.
And Tyler Deathridge in his career, passing at a .68 completion percentage. It's definitely up there among the higher end of the.
2nd and 1 here, faking the handoff, looking to throw this one to the left side and the first incompletion of the day. And I think that might be stuttering because I'm streaming to you, bro. Essentially.
Stats for the playoffs in right now, season 10.
Potential. Let's see. Close out a couple things here too. Let me see if I could do something.
Oh, is that why it's jumping around for me a little bit?
We're going to see a handoff there, and he's going to be short of the mark is off, making the 4th and inches. And we'll see if Huntington Beach keeps their offense on the field. A great stop there by the D-line. And looking for what Ryan said earlier, he said he's never been in the wild card since he's been running. So I think the last time they're in the wild card was when I was running. It's
very possible. It's very possible.
Looking for a man here, wide open catch there, and that's going to move the sticks again. There goes Kovu Udinsky.
Sounds like a bot player, is it not?
No, he's a user. And this guy is in the server right there. Great job there.
I am very sorry for saying that then.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It happens. Like some of the names do be kind of outlandish. You know what I'm saying? Quick pitch left side and gonna be deflected. There goes one of my underrated players in the league, Chester Owens at free safety, making that swat.
Chester Owens this year. Stats, I mean, not the greatest of those were offensive stats. Hold on, let me find them here on defense.
Passing it here, looking for a man, goes left side with it, and there goes Carlton Banks coming through with a big catch, making it 1st and goal here for Huntington Beach.
Sorry, back to Chester Owens on the season. 52 tackles, 23 assisted, 3 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 4 pass deflections, and 1 interception. So nothing too huge, but still all around a fairly solid season for the safety Chester Owens.
They're going to hand off to the fullback, Donnell Sullivan, the greatest fullback we have in the league. That's because he's the only fullback in the league. I thought about making a fullback player for my recreate for Vic. I've thought about it, but now that I'm running the team, it might not be the case, as the defense of Dallas says no to that play, making it 3rd and goal. We'll see how they try to take it in for this play.
Sometimes when you get in that close, it's hard to get any kind of play going just because of how little space there is.
3rd and goal here, shotgun, and they got Carlton in the backfield and almost throws a pick. And the defense there for Dallas gets the job done in the red zone, setting up 4th and goal. Does Huntington Beach get a little frisky here?
I don't see a reason to. I'd just take your 3 and call it good. No reason to risk something at this stage in the game.
Most definitely. It should be a fun game all the way around. Huntington Beach setting up for the field goal, and that's all day there from Aiden Teixeira. And that's going to make it 3-0. And Sean Justice there in the chat said, I hate both of these teams. Give me Huntington Beach 3-0. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I figured you wouldn't, but, you know, for the sake of my sanity, it's got to be 6-3 Dallas.
Yeah, and me trying to be impartial as well, like both of us, because, you know, we've had a very, very high stakes rivalry since we've met, to say the least. So obviously we're rooting for our teams, but they still got to keep it impartial, being admin and all that good stuff. And there's the third admin there, Sir Lancelot, getting in the return game.
I mean, considering it's our teams going against each other, I feel like we can allow ourselves a little bit of bias.
Potentially.
But
Brian Davis asks, Sean, what if one of these teams want to sign you? Do you still hate them? Because the Anchorage for Life stuff won't work anymore. Tough. As we're going to see the first handoff of the day there by Dominic McKenzie, and he makes it a good one to the 40. And if Dallas is going to get the victory tonight, DM5 has to be a factor.
Absolutely, and runs like that are going to help Dallas's case for winning this game.
I'm still technically with Anchorage. I'll be loud while I can. Yeah, I felt that. That's what I love to see. As we're going to see another handoff, and this time is not going to be as fruitful. Going to pick up 3. Oleg Crusher doing himself a big favor. He's in the top 5 sack wise, I believe. Number 4 or number 3, something like that. He's up there.
He is indeed, and I have the leaders pulled up for sacks right now. He is.
Might be lower than that, maybe 5 or 6.
He's 5th with 13.5.
Look in the middle of the field and caught, and there goes Jerry Riggs. Played his whole career here. He says he's staying here, and that's going to put Dallas on top immediately.
Well, you love to see it if you are a Dallas fan. Long ball over the middle, catching the defense sleeping, and just takes off. Nothing but gray field ahead of him. Wonderful play there.
And we talked about that dreaded receiving core that they have there. You give them enough time in regards to Justin Duke, he'll make you pay, and he damn sure made it on that play. As we'll see the extra point there. Carolina Andrianic, a former Huntington Beach Voyager, getting that 7th point. And that'll put Huntington Beach back on the field here. They was able to move down the field. They fell short of their mark, getting 3 out of 7. But they could take the lead right back if they're able to repeat it and actually put it into the paint.
One thing, Carolina, I believe, is in the conversation for that Kicker of the Year award at the end of the season here.
Most definitely, very accurate with her kick. She's been like that since she's been in the league. I don't remember a time where she didn't have at least 90% in every category every season. So she's been very, very good. And we're going to look to see how they do here as Tyler Deathridge hits the field again. Looking to get the team involved, all the good stuff. Got Carlton Banks in the slot. I would say the number 2 receiver all season, as they're going to give it to Ulf, breaking free, rumbling for about 9. And that's about as respectable of a run as you can, getting yards after contact.
Absolutely, and that's something he has done all season. One of the best in the league at breaking tackles is Ulf.
Honestly, you could say that for his whole career. He's one of the more consistent backs we've seen. Even with his like up and down play at times. Not a lot of players have that go-to burst, as they're going to go and give it to him again. Why not use that burst? Getting close to midfield, and he will get past it with that last effort. 4 minutes left in the first, and so far Huntington Beach is finding ways to move the football.
Well, I mean, you see it there again. Number 22 on Dallas came in and started trying to bring him down, but it took the combined effort of two other players to finally get him out of bounds and down.
TJ Camden, the second player there, he was able to get that extra effort, just like you said. But that'll put Huntington Beach back in Dallas territory for the second time tonight, as they're going to give it to the backup Howard, who has a big hole and has a lot of speed, going to try to break off the tackle, and it once again taking an extra man to bring him down, and that's going to be another big game there for Huntington Beach.
Yeah, this Huntington Beach run game coming to life right now. One of the better tandems we've seen this season in terms of rushing production is Huntington Beach.
Once again, shotgun set, short drop back, quick pitch, and wide open Kovu inside the 15 to the 11, tackled by Wheezy Porter. And once again, Huntington Beach making quick work of this defense. Now it's time to see if they can actually get it into the end zone. And honestly, one of the things that has kind of slowed Huntington Beach down was their red zone offense. So going to be interesting to see how they're able to work it in this ball game. A strong Dallas team, especially on defense. Left side going to be caught and touchdown. There goes Darius Slay the second, and Huntington Beach is back on top.
This is looking like one of those what is defense games, as both sides are trading punches here early. We might be in for an offensive treat. What do you think?
TJ Blackman looking to get into the game, yet to have a tackle up to this point. But he says, just give me some time. We got plenty of game left. But Huntington Beach will make it 10-7. Dallas coming back onto the field.
This game is looking like it might come down to who can get the first stop, or who has the ball last. Could also be a factor in this game.
First and foremost, got to give credit to these wildcard teams. These games up to this point has lived up to every billing. The last game was amazing. This one so far, we got 3 scores in the first quarter. Looked like a pretty good night of football for me.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all the people in the chat showing love, getting that giveaway.
I mean, looking at these team stats, really the only thing that is too terribly different is Huntington Beach has a 92% field goal completion percentage, and Dallas has a 100% field goal completion percentage. Otherwise, these two team stats are almost identical. 125.2 rushing yards per game for Dallas, 124.9 rushing yards per game for Huntington Beach. It is, and you go down the line here, it is almost identical.
Both have great studs at quarterback, halfback, wide receiver, tight end is stacked up on both sides. Go to the D-line. I'd say probably Dallas may have a slight edge because of TJ Blackman. But overall, just an overall great set here, as that is going to be caught there. Jerry Riggs getting back into the mix in coverage.
Justin Duke going through his reads and finding the slightly open man. I wouldn't even go as far to say that Jerry Riggs was entirely open. He had 2 guys draped on him. But able to put that ball into space where only his receiver could get it, and Riggs was good enough to make the catch there.
And there's another big catch there. The halfback getting into the mix, 9.5 yards on that. And the first quarter is winding down. A very, very fun game to call so far tonight. You'll see 2nd and inches coming up here. We'll see if they make a call here before the quarter ends. Probably not. Going to go ahead and think about it on the sidelines, and you could go ahead and throw your 2s up in the chat. Get our first spin going.
I mean, even still, you look at those stats, the only reason Huntington Beach has more yards is because Dallas hasn't finished their second drive.
We'll see if they're able to. They're going to fake the handoff here, looking for a man. It's open there to Rocky, and he's going to get body slammed there by the sidelines. But regardless of that, he hangs on, and another first down here for Dallas.
Getting down past the 30, it looked like. Maybe towards the 28, the 29.
Going to pass this one right side, and it's going to be incomplete as like Riggs was about to get dropped on his head there.
He got some hands up on it, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't come down with it. And also, fortunately, there was no other player around to complete the tip drill.
That was a defensive back stream right there. He's going to see a handoff there to the outside, going to push forward, a juke move, keeps him in bounds, and is going to pick up 9. It's going to be 3rd and 1 coming.
Nice run there from McKenzie. And that's something that's going to keep this Huntington Beach defense on its toes. The three-headed monster of Rocky Ivan, Sir Lancelot, and Jerry Riggs. Plus, you got the backfield of Dominic McKenzie. A lot of options to cover on this Dallas team.
Faking the handoff here. Protection breaking down, but going to the end zone, and that's not going to do it. And now it's decision time here for Dallas. Will they keep their offense on the field, or will they try to tie it up?
I mean, at this stage, just tying the game up is probably the safer.
And it didn't say like they're going to go conservative here. Honestly, don't blame them. Take the points where you could get them. And Carolina's about as sure foot as you can ask for. They're going to go ahead and make it 10-10. And Huntington Beach is coming back. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Just keeping the game tight, keeping it within one score, keeping it in a position where if you get a stop, you can pull ahead. I'm cool. I'm totally cool with that.
So we got 10 TPE here for Mr. Stoneway. So that's going to go to Reese Rockefeller. Safety there for Detroit. A lot of Detroit players winning these giveaways here. Got to make sure you get them right. You know what I'm saying? So good job there, as we'll see the kneel down, and we're going to go back to the mix here. You see Darius Slay with the touchdown earlier. He's looking to get in the board again if possible. Got a young crew here, wide receiver wise, outside of Carlton Banks. Houston Wilson and Darius Slay the second, as that's going to be a handoff, but that was sniffed out there by Rocky Ivan.
Rocky Ivan having a solid season as well for Dallas, putting up a, what is this, 57 tackle season on the whole, and 18 of those were for loss, plus the 6 sacks. Nothing to scoff at.
Nothing to scoff at all. Pass off the mark there. Trying to hit him on the rollout. 3rd and 11 coming up here. Third and 11. Gonna launch this left side, and had a step was Carlton Banks. Ethan Flowers, who's also having a beautiful season. I believe he's leading the league in interceptions. He was right on cue, but the pass was slightly off the mark there.
Well, and I believe there might have been a little bit of a push there. Thankfully for Dallas, nothing was called, but could have been called there potentially for pass interference.
We're going to see the booming punt there, trying to cut up the field. Going to take it past the 30. Dallas on the field. And that was the first punt of the game, I believe.
It was. We're, almost 3-4 minutes into the second quarter? I mean, these teams have been trading blows left and right now. Dallas with an opportunity to pull ahead.
Going to go ahead and throw it short to the tight end, who's going to take it past the 40, a gain of 7. 7 for 9 on the day so far for Justin Duke. And up to this point, the offensive line has been on double time right now.
Yeah, O-line has really been putting in the work, making sure that Justin Duke has the time he needs to make his reads and pick his target. And he's been dissecting Huntington Beach's defenses. I think that's a first down there as well.
The referees are going to call it as that, and that will continue to drive. 9
Dominic
minutes left in the second. But
yeah, no, go ahead. Dominic, I was going to say, Dominic McKenzie, I think, has 4, maybe 5 rushes, and he's made them count, every single last one of them.
Here comes JD again. Quick pitch and caught. And there goes the big homie Sir Lancelot with the slant route, making it happen in his 1st and 10 again inside Huntington Beach territory.
I mean, we all call Ryan Davis the slant route master, but Sir Lancelot making a case for the title.
Big body wide receiver. He's going into regression next season.
He is, and the question is he going to stay in Dallas or is he moving on?
Big question here is he is wide open. There goes Reginald Frome taking it inside the 25-yard line. And Dallas has been sustaining these long drives all game long. Most of it due to the inability for Huntington Beach to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, like I said, that line has really been holding up, and they've been holding up well. I think the keys here for Huntington Beach are going to start to be taking away that time that Justin Duke has.
And that is going to be a dart to the right side. Sir Lancelot doing it. And he's going to get up in that end zone, taking the lead back.
You know, and someone we haven't really spoken about is Rocky Butterfingers, but I feel like he's going to get his chances. When you've got this many star-studded wide receivers, it's kind of hard to get them all the ball at the same time. Regardless, what a catch from Sir Lancelot over the top of the head there. Amazing throw, amazing catch, and the extra point is up and good.
He's been doing it for so long. That guy, Sir Lancelot, a very, very fun season from him. Easy Hall of Famer in the future. He has all the stats to back it up. I believe does he have a ring or no?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he has a ring either. Because he played with Dallas for most of his career. I thought right
in Arizona and Dallas.
Arizona and Dallas, yeah. So that'll be a no in that column. But his other player on the other side, Dexter Hall, has one with Toronto. I think maybe one more. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have to double
check. Might have been
that.
St. Louis. And pull Sir Lancelot up right now. This season, he had a great season, almost 2,000 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns. But in terms of his career,
that up. It looks like they're going to start it off with a handoff there to Ulf, who's going to rumble to the 20.
He might have a ring. I'll need to check and see if he played on St. Louis in season 7.
Maybe.
Because season 7 through the first 4 games that I have entered on the site, he's playing for Arizona, but season 8 he's playing with St. Louis. So it could be that there was a trade involved in season 7 that got him a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
there. Getting 3rd and 1 here. Nice carry there. Nice stop by Dallas as well. And every time I play, I do commentary for Dallas, like my mind always thinks Detroit for whatever reason. I need to stop that. But it's going to be Caleb Howard there in the backfield. And they're going to load up the line, try to hand it off in a big hole. There goes Howard, and he's going to push forward past the 35-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, because it's forever beat with them, yeah. Yep. That's our little mythical rivalry right there. Dragons versus Hellhounds. You love to see it. As we're going to set up 1st and 10 coming up. Going to be passing it, looking for a man, taking off to run, avoiding the sack, and he's going to use his legs, just slide it down. And Tyler Deathridge, I've seen him do that a few times in his career. He's not that fast, but he's quick, if that makes sense.
He's quick on his feet. He knows how to make the right move at the right time and get himself into open space where he can make a play.
Look at Caboose already looking past their opponent on the field. You love to see it, as we're going to see a pass here by Deathridge, middle of the field, and going to be caught short of the mark, and it's going to be 3rd and inches.
I thought he might have had a foot just barely over. I could have seen the ref spotting that as a first down, but 3rd and inches it is.
If the ball
Transfer.
isn't attached to that foot, then that don't matter. Got to get that ball across. Apparently, from where they spotted, they're going to say it barely short, but going to take off to run middle of the field, and once again, barely off the mark there. And I think that's going to go ahead and force another punt.
I could see Huntington Beach trying to keep the offense on, give it to Ulf or the backup running back, whose name I've already forgotten.
Too far back. Going with the conservative route, try to get a stop if their defense could get a stop here. Looking for a fair catch, and that would pin them inside the 10. So here comes Justin Duke. You see right there, perfect on that last drive. 4 for 4, 63 yards, looking to do it again. DM5 there in the backfield. And it's going to be a drop back, looking for a man, throws on the run, gives it to his back, who's going to shed off the tackle of Adam Leach, and he says he could break tackles too.
And it's, they got the pressure in there, but still just too much time for Justin Duke to find his escape route and make a play.
Stretching this right side and looking for some blocks, going to find him, and he's going to take it past the 20 to about the 25-yard line, averaging 8 a carry so far. That's exactly what Dallas wants to see.
Absolutely. I mean,
And
McKenzie
wants to get back in this one. They're going to need to find a way to get that run game slowed down, because right now Dallas is literally and figuratively running away with it, as Justin Duke says he could do it too, and he's going to go ahead and slide past the 30.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no pressure getting into that backfield for Huntington Beach.
It's all going to come down to who wants to make the play, who wants it more. What's going on, Poe politicking, what's happening? He's loving the score that he's seeing right now, up 7. Going to be a handoff here, and another big hole running through a defensive lineman. Enough for another first down here for Dallas.
I appreciate the biddies right there.
Thank you, Biddies. Thank you, Biddies. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here. 17-10 is your score. Dallas with the chance to extend the lead before the half. And they're going to pass it here, looking for a man, moving him out of his pocket. It is going to be caught there and rumbling out of bounds, picking up only 2. Gonna be another drop back here, looking for something, going to find something, and Sir Lancelot is sure-handed as they come, moving the sticks again.
On a nice tackle there right after the catch by number 37, making sure that doesn't turn into a bigger play. But I mean, I've been kind of saying this, I feel like on repeat, there is no pressure getting into this backfield from Huntington Beach.
Need to find a way, as they're gonna leave a man wide open. Jason Breeze gets burnt, and Jerry Riggs scores his second. And the crowd here in Huntington Beach,
quiet.
Not a fan of the score. And as we already said, these two teams met 2 times this season. It was split. Huntington Beach not getting the requisite pressure so far tonight. They're going to have to rely on the arm of that man, number 15, and the hands of number 14, the man next to him, handling the football. Get back in this ball game. But first things first, there won't be a comeback if they can't stop Dallas's offense.
Yep. I think right now all Dallas needs to do is kind of keep things in maintain. Huntington Beach, all the pressure's on them. This is a unfamiliar situation for them. Usually they're the ones in this kind of situation where they're putting all the pressure on the other team.
Going to be a return here, and almost finds that crease was Caleb Howard. And if he was just maybe a few more ticks in that speed column, we might be seeing a one-score ball game. But we're going to go ahead and see Tyler Deathridge hit the field. What was the thoughts on that?
I definitely agree. There was a little bit of daylight there, just a little bit extra speed, and he probably would have been getting a lot further downfield.
And it's going to be Deathridge throwing this one on the run and finding his man, and it's going to be Darius past the 30. There is a flag, and I think that might be on Dallas. Yes, it is unnecessary roughness, and that'll give him an extra 15. And that's how you get a quick move there. Wheezy Porter just a little bit too aggressive there on that sideline.
I don't know how, but sure. Whatever it takes from the referees to get the Voyagers back in this game.
Are we seeing some Kansas City vibes in this one? Who the hell knows? 1 minute, 11 seconds left in this first half, and it's going to be caught again. And Huntington Beach called that timeout. 2nd and 1 coming.
Oh, there's no unnecessary roughness penalty on that. He didn't touch him a little too hard.
I don't know. I think they were probably talking about it. they was like, nah, I can't do it too many times. That'll be too close. But the 2nd and 1 here, Huntington Beach in a really good spot. Exactly where they need to be. They got 34 there in the backfield. They're going to go ahead and pass out of it, though. Looking to go right side, and looks like he lost his mark there trying to get it to Udinski. It's 3rd and 1 coming up.
Well, last time Huntington Beach was in this position, they only came out with a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Going to be a drop back here, spinning away from the pressure. Left side, going to be caught. Hit as he crosses the plane, and Huntington Beach on the board again. They give up a long drive, but if you're able to do quick drives to get back into it, that'll definitely help some things.
Yeah, for sure. Now Huntington Beach not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. Nice hit there, but unfortunately just a couple seconds too late as Huntington Beach about to make this a one-score game.
And it looks like Aiden Teixeira will knock it through. And as they get a close in on the board right there, that's pretty crazy, right? A little bit of epilepsy right there. That was kind of ridiculous. But we are here again, 24-17. And Dallas has 2 timeouts, so they could very well flip it back their way, especially if the defense here of Huntington Beach gets caught slipping.
Absolutely. There is no room for error here still. Dallas got to keep the foot on the pedal. And because Huntington Beach, they've got the talent to come right back.
Mm-hmm. As we're going to see 1st and 10 coming up. Dominic McKenzie right there. You see right there, 7.5 yards a carry. Did I just say see right there twice? I'm tripping. I'm not even drinking. But it's 1st and 10 coming up. Looking past left side and caught. Trying to spin move, but a sound tackle there by Phoenix Jones Jr. Re-signed with the Voyagers, so he's going to be sticking around.
Indeed. Who gets the ball back at the half? I believe it's going to be Dallas, is it not?
Yes, it is Dallas. As it's going to be caught there. There goes Rocky. Said his name earlier. That's going to help, and that's going to get him past midfield with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas, all they need to be worried about is getting into field goal range right now. And then getting the ball back, Dallas could potentially set themselves up to be up by 3 scores.
If they play their cards right, and if this offense continues to click, it's definitely a possibility. Here comes JD, middle of the field, and gonna be caught down at the 42-yard line. A little bit out of the way for potential field goal range. I believe that's around like 58 yards. So they'll need to make sure if they go forward with the offense, they gotta make sure that they get out of bounds.
For sure, start hitting those sideline toe tappers, and give themselves 1, 2, 3 seconds to get the kicking team out there.
Gonna be passing it here again, spinning away off the back foot, left side, and deflected. And very good defense there from number 26. That's Wiley E. Coyote.
And if missing that deflection, that we could be seeing that exact situation I just talked about.
And honestly, he was in position for a potential INT as well. But we'll see if they're able to do something here. They're going to go short with it. It's not going to be getting out of bounds, and that is worst case scenario. Points left on the board there by Dallas.
Indeed.
You hate to see
not going to be enough. Yeah, not going to be enough time to run into the play, and we're going to head into the half. Score as is. Huntington Beach escapes.
And they'll have to do it again on this following drive, as we'll go ahead and set up the next entrant here. As you see some of the highlights there, Jerry Riggs doing his thug thizzle as he normally does. And I'll go ahead and get the spin going. The winner of the next giveaway is Brian Eschleman. Now you guys see the prize.
Congratulations to Mr. Eschleman.
And he is going to get 15 TPE. So that will definitely be helpful going into the following season. Therefore, the Toronto Raptors. Shout out to the new set there. Can we talk about that?
Toronto Raptors? Did you just say Toronto Raptors?
Tacoma Eruption. Sorry, I'm tripping. Shout out to them. No. Can we talk about the change there, or did we do that already?
I believe that was supposed to be for the conference championship games, but we can if you want to.
Yeah. Got the yeah. We'll save it. We'll save it. First and 10 coming up. Most because I don't know like how to exactly say it right on the top of my head right now. But gonna go ahead and throw a left side and then some coverage, and Rocky gets him beat. He's gonna turn up in one play is all it takes. Dallas is gonna crack 30. Man in coverage, do not care. And all the wide receivers here tonight, and Dallas gets a bucket.
And, this is probably the most deadly receiving group in the USFA right now, are these three guys. And this is going to be their last chance together to get a ring. So, at least if you're a fan of Dallas, you're kind of hoping this is the year.
Games like this can make it possible. Kick is up and good, 31-17. And Huntington Beach playing some very uncharacteristic defense here tonight. Once again, all things considered, still not out of the ball game.
Definitely not out of the ball game yet. Still a lot of time left to go.
Kick is going to be away, and it looks returnable, and it is going to look for some blocks. Not going to find anyone, though. That's number 52. I believe that's Cody Lawrence there, straight up the middle.
Not a soul in sight to block his path.
Handoff, and he's going to get snuffed out by Wheezy. Good job there by the veteran, strong safety. 2nd and 9 coming.
Wheezy showing why he deserves to be the safety of the year this year.
Very great stat line all the way through for sure. As we're going to see another handoff. There goes Off, who's trying to break a tackle, and he's going to get maybe another 3. 3rd and 6 coming up here. And they're going to fake the handoff, but the pressure's right in his face. Does not matter. Give him 15 more. And that's just crazy.
Yeah,
that rush was ridiculous.
Huntington Beach is kind of being kept alive by penalties at the moment.
Keeping them in the game, even though they converted the first, regardless of the penalty. That's just going to get them closer to their goal to try to chop into this lead here. Right at midfield is where they'll stand. They got the big homie Carlton Banks in the slot, and they're going to go ahead and pass it here. And they look like that was a little bit of a miscommunication, probably looking for maybe one of those curl routes. Then look like Carlton Banks went for out route.
Yeah. Little miscommunication, those little things, they add up over time. Got to iron out those small details.
Especially in the game as big as this one. You want to make sure you have all your I's dotted, and they're going to try him again, and this time he makes him pay. Getting close to the 35, and that time there was about as on point as you could be on that one.
Absolutely. Makes up for the prior miss.
One thing I've stressed to the team before the game started is every down counts. And plays like that can keep you in ball games. Still well over 20 minutes of football left. Down 14. And they're going to go ahead and give it to the ground game, who's trying to find a hole, and he is going to fall forward at the very least. Going to give him about 3.
Yeah, run game started off all right, but lately these last few drives has not really been much of a factor. Dallas has been doing a good job at shutting down the run.
Going to be faking the handoff here, looking to go right side with it and caught. There goes Houston Wilson, the rookie wide receiver, getting it done. It's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up. Third and 2 coming here. Caleb Howard in the backfield. They're going to try the ground game, but they left the man wide open for that, and that's going to make it 4th and 1. And once again, decision time here for Huntington Beach. Do you take the 3? Do you go for the 4th down? One thing's for sure, they'll have to block better than that.
Absolutely. And again, like that just goes back to my point of Dallas. They've been really shutting down Huntington Beach's run game. Huntington Beach, with their 124.9 rushing yards per game, sits closer towards the top of the league.
Ooh, man, he could not hang on, and that is going to be a stop on 4th down. Dallas is taking over, and with how this offense is moving, if they could score again, that could spin trouble here for Huntington Beach at home.
Absolutely. I mean, Dallas has been doing 2 things right. They've been giving Justin Duke time in the pocket, and they've been shutting down the run game all game long. And they can do no real wrong right now, it seems.
Man, here comes Dallas starting out on the ground. Definitely the right thing to do in this type of situation. Bleed the clock to your favor. 2nd and medium. Passing this right side, right at the sticks, and going to secure the catch is the big homie Jerry Riggs. Doing it again. 4 catches, 123 yards, a touchdown.
Yeah, the passing attack here has been on point all game, and the run game also. If you didn't get taken down there with one hand, He was breaking away for a much bigger gain.
Huntington Beach needs to get a little bit more aggressive here, slow this run game down, and also to try to get at the quarterback. Might need to see a blitz or two, see if they could hit that hole. But right now, it's been working so far so good in this blocking. They're moving him now, throwing off the back foot the other way. They're going to make the catch, but he's going backwards, so he'll only gain 3 on that. But you never want to make passes like that and expect to win games. That could have been a pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that it was completed. It was good that it got him some positive yards, but that was not an ideal pass. Huntington Beach finally broke through and got some pressure and forced Justin Duke to make a less than optimal pass.
In the middle of the field is caught, and it's not going to matter too much. They're going to get another first down play as we've passed the midway point of the third quarter.
And I believe that's right as they're crossing midfield, too.
I'm kind of close. He was a little short there. It looks like they're setting up in the single back set, the drop back, looking for a man to throw to, and this time the hit forces the incompletion. Haven't seen that too much tonight.
Yeah, that was good defense. Need to see a little bit more of that from Huntington Beach if they want to try and get back into this game. Time, not quite yet, but will very soon become an enemy of them.
It's a big drive for this Huntington Beach defense. Looking middle of the field and giving up plays like that is not going to help as Jerry Riggs strikes again. 5 passing touchdowns here for JD. And Dallas is looking pretty good right now, my friend.
It is. I'm not gonna go and say it yet, but it's looking pretty nice. Huntington Beach still has all the time in the world and all the talent in the world to make this a game if they can just fix a couple key things.
The big plays here is beating Huntington Beach down. The crowd trying to get back into it, but a score like that is not going to help things. Down 3 scores, still in the third quarter, all things considered. But they honestly can't afford to give up any more points and expect to win.
No, definitely not. There needs to be shut down defense from here on out.
You see Caleb Howard there. See if he can make an impact here on the return. Haven't been going too far into the end zone. And it looks like this one, he says, shut up, Stacks. I can still kick that far. Don't forget. As you see, 1st and 10 coming. Tyler Deathridge needs to get it right here. You see right there, 470 total yards allowed in less than 3 quarters. Not a recipe for success, as we'll see a handoff. And once again, players in the backfield here for this offensive line here. Huntington Beach has been trying their best, but seems like majority of the time there's always 1 or 2 bodies back there to slow down the run game.
Yeah, and they've been doing a good job of it all game long, getting behind the offensive line and disrupting anything that might be coming.
And we're going to get some of those yards right there. 3rd and 2 coming. Kobe Udensky, 5 for 59 on the evening. Not trying to give up on the game in general.
No, I do think it's still a little too early to call this one way or another. It's a 21-point game. Huntington Beach, we've seen crazier things. Yep, I got you. As Ulf gonna rush forward, get the first down. I believe that was a pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards. Deathridge under center. Gonna hand it off again, and Ulf going nowhere, getting double teamed quick. And that roughly at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. They'll say he did. And that's gonna make it 2nd and 9. And right now is probably not the time to be running the ball. If I'm honest, it's probably time to start passing it downfield, trying to get some plays like this one. Passes up and swatted away. Who is that? Is that Jojo Vasquez? With the swat, brings up 3rd and 9. Honestly, he could have been picked off if he had turned his body towards the ball, but nonetheless, 3rd 9, quick drop back, and that one's just dropped. As Dallas going to get another stop. Might have been swatted, but I think it was probably dropped. And Huntington Beach forced to punt yet again. And these punts are becoming more and more costly as we get a fair catch down at around the 12-yard line for Dallas. Rocky Butterfinger, 6 receptions, 125 yards, 1 touchdown. That is quite the stat line. And Dominic McKenzie finding a hole through the middle. And this is something that Dallas has been able to do that Huntington Beach just has not been able to find. Is finding those creases through the defense and getting the run game going. McKenzie has been arguably outperforming Ulf all game. You saw there 223 total passing yards to compared to the over 400 from Dallas. Kind of says the story as we get 3rd and 1 here. Yes, Cal, I believe he may have swatted his own ball. Couldn't quite tell whose hand it was, but it might have been Justin Duke. Time, space, open receiver. I believe that is Rocky Butterfingers. Yet again, with the long bomb, steps out of bounds, and Huntington Beach is getting torched deep. Welcome back. It's not been pretty for Huntington Beach so far.
But we are back again. Going to be 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Once again, a pocket made for King inside the 35-yard line. And just like he said just a minute ago, that offensive line is just working triple time right now.
They are not giving up much.
Just like what Sean Justice said in the chat there, that offense is ridiculous all the way around, as we'll go ahead and get another spin going. You
And
see
get
right
your
there, 457 passing yards, like looking pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure you get your 4s up in the chat. It is the 4th quarter. We only got 12 minutes left, and we will see who is going on to the Western Conference Final to take on Detroit in Detroit.
Jesus.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Jesus.
Maybe a little bit of anger shown in that hit.
Yeah. I mean, that is Oleg Crusher, and if it continues on in this realm, would be his final game here in the USFA. Unfortunate. Due to retirement, as we're going to see a pitch, and once again, solid move on the run game defensively. It's going to be 3rd and 13 coming up, and I think they're in field goal range as of now. I have to remember what yard line was on. We'll see in a bit. Oh no, well, it's still kind of far, a little bit. Well, yeah, it's still like 52 yarder from here, as they're going to go with the delay, and that will be a loss there. So that might back them up. Oleg Crusher coming through with a big play.
Oleg Crusher kind of single-handedly shut down the drive right there. And that's something Huntington Beach has not been able to do all game, is get into the backfield and cause chaos.
Big shout out to TJ Blackman, going to get himself 5 more TPE.
Dallas guy. I love to see it. And that's the first punt from Dallas all game.
All game long, yes. Not what you want to see, but it is what it is if you're Huntington Beach. If that's how it got to go down, but Carlton Banks ain't going to give up. He's going to go ahead and pick up a solid gain there. Going to make it 1st and 10 coming.
Absolutely great play there. And I still believe that Huntington Beach has the tools and the time necessary to get back into this game.
Going to need some quick hitters for sure. And I definitely agree with you. Is going to go ahead and quick pitch it there to the big homie. Another 1st down play. My opinion, they got to score within the next couple of minutes or so. Maybe a turnover, make it easier for them. If not, a quick stop, do it again,
Yep.
And then close it out with the final minutes, potentially.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be best case scenario, of course.
We're already going no huddle. Clock definitely becoming more and more of an ally as Dallas causing chaos and disrupting that play a little bit.
D-line working on that one. And the pass a little off the mark there by Deathridge. Going to make it 2nd and 10 coming.
You start making that quarterback move, and it makes a difference on their accuracy.
Going to pass it here quickly left side. It's going to be caught, getting them inside Dallas territory. Going to make it 3rd and 6. I'd say it's 4 down territory regardless. So
yeah, under 9 minutes now, and every second that takes off is just amplifies the pressure that Huntington Beach is under.
Shotgun set here. Going to step up, hit as he throws, and not getting to his mark. And now it's going to make it 4th and 6 coming.
Contact definitely making an impact on that particular play. Forces Deathridge to not make a very good pass.
And they will keep the offense on as expected, looking to go short with it. It is going to be caught. Easy 1st down, spinning off one man to get past the 40. And that will keep the drive alive. But more time is coming off the clock.
Absolutely almost down under 8 minutes. And whenever Dallas gets the ball back, they're just going to run it out.
Going to step up and take off to run. Going to be shorter to 1st. Get him closer and closer. No passing lanes for what I was able to see from that angle.
No, Dallas kind of shutting down the pass, keeping everything in front of them at this point, and forcing Huntington Beach to just take time off the clock.
Going to be looking left side and caught, and there goes off, putting in the work. Maybe a couple quarters too late, but just like I always said, make every play count. Now they're back to a 2-score deficit. What can the defense do, though?
Yes, yeah, that is the question. Can Huntington Beach's defense force another stop? They haven't been able to do it all game up until this last drive in the 4th quarter. But anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And we're going to go ahead and kick that one up good. Back to a 14-point score. Dallas looking to do their thing. They're going to get the ball back, I'd assume, onside kick time, potentially.
Potentially.
If not, then you can always kick it, see if you can try to get some good field position on a quick stop. If you kick it deep, depending on how you want to do it.
Yeah, I think they're going to kick it deep and try for the quick stop. And then depending on how this drive goes, will kind of impact the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Nice tackle there by Phoenix Jones Jr. And Dallas rolling with about as perfect of a game offensively as we've seen all season long. they're going to come back onto the field looking to rip the hearts out of Huntington Beach fans everywhere, but they have to stay focused as well, as they're going to start on the ground, give it to Jacoby Cobb, who's going to find a little bit of a crease and drag a couple men for about a few extra yards. And in a game like this, every yard counts.
Absolutely. Well, every second is beginning to count. So the longer he can stay on his feet and keep that clock moving, the better for Dallas.
Another 2-back set here. And they've been doing that a lot this game, throwing out Jacoby and the big homie, as we're going to see a handoff, and that's a great tackle there by the team to make it 3rd and 3, a big 3rd down.
For sure. A first down right now would be devastating to Huntington Beach's chances. And I know you said Huntington Beach fans around the world. I don't know how many of those there actually are.
Well, it's our little world here, and that's what I'm saying. There's a big hole there, and there goes McKenzie past the 40. And Huntington Beach is going to have to start all over. Still not all the way done, but that definitely hurts.
Absolutely. And it's not even necessarily about the yards given up. It's about the time on the clock. Doesn't matter how much you lose by. It's losses at the end of the day.
All I know is if the owner of this team doesn't buy every single one of his offensive linemen a new car, I don't know what to say. As we're going to see a handoff, and he's going to get only 1 yard. They said there's more HBV fans than there are Caboose fans, that's for sure.
I'm sure I can find plenty of Dallas fans out there. I know Stacks understands that.
Yep. Going to be
There's only
enough. Yes, it is, and he's looking for a hole. And this time, the defense of Huntington Beach doing his job, making it a 3rd and long situation. And I'd expect that this would be a passing type mode for Dallas, see if they could pick it up, keep the drive alive.
Honestly, even if they just run it and keep the clock moving, I wouldn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you want to do is stop the clock.
And they're going to go ahead and pass it, middle of the field, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to be a yard shy. Now, does Dallas feel the mode to go for it here? Say we could run it and pick this first down up and keep the clock moving. No, they're going to go for the punt.
And I think that's the right call.
Mm-hmm. As they're going to look to see if they could pin them. Force the Huntington Beach to drive the length of the field, as that's going to roll to about the 12. And got 3.5 minutes. Huntington Beach has the firepower to actually go down the field in this length of time, but they don't need it in the length of time. They need it in less than that. So best case scenario, score before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
try to get it, stop whatever, keep it pushing. As we're going to see a quick pitch there, and that's only going to get a couple of yards.
Not the play you need. You got to start taking shots downfield. They got to start moving it quickly with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something Huntington Beach has not done most of this game.
Well, they're going to need a change it here. They're switching the play up on the audible. 3 minutes left in the 4th. Looking for a play. Pocket is solid. Going to go short with it. And that is once again a play that could have been more if he was able to catch it in stride. But I think the pass was slightly off.
Yeah, slightly off. Had to come back a little bit for it. You can see he had to adjust his shoulders to start moving a little bit backwards before picking up the pass.
Most definitely is. Making another quick adjustment here, looking for a play. Going to go and going to get swatted out of the air. And I think if he lofted that one up just a little bit more over the top, that might be a real big gain for him.
Absolutely. Pass selection, maybe not quite where it needed to be, as Giovanni Valentine gets the swat.
4th and 3 coming up. They need the conversion. Got him offside, so a free play here. Going to spin away from the pressure, sits down, and it's going to be a first down regardless. Caught him offside, so the drive will continue.
Absolutely, but the time is becoming more and more of a problem for Huntington Beach. Is there enough time on the clock for them to pull a win out?
They need something frisky. They need to go a lot deeper than where they've been passing if they want to get a chance here. They got the receivers out, but do they have the route combinations to make it happen? And Kovu cannot hang on through contact.
And, credit to Dallas's defensive backs. They have been shutting down the deep ball for the most part all game.
2nd and 10 coming up here. Gonna be passing it, looking for a man. Gonna launch this deep and gonna be caught. It's gonna be Houston Wilson chased down to the 2. What a catch there by Houston.
And that is what Huntington Beach needed. They're about to hit the 2-minute warning. They need to punch this in right now and get the onside kick.
That made me proud right there. That made me shed a tear. I ain't gonna lie to you. This game was crazy. But
this game has been wild.
Tyler Deptler's not giving up. He says there's still plenty of game left. I could do this myself. But passes like that is not going to help. Got to lead them inside the paint, not outside the paint. But regardless of that, clock stops. Going to make it 2nd and goal. But it also helps that Huntington Beach still has all their timeouts.
This is true.
Best case scenario, try a onside kick afterwards, potentially. Going to quick pitch it, going to be caught, but he's going to go ahead and get tackled in bounds. That's not going to do it. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and time is going to keep moving here. Is Huntington Beach not taking a timeout yet?
It'll be in their best interest to, hurry up.
Stacks, you feeling that pressure a little bit?
A little bit. Feels good to be back, though. Going to be past the middle of the field, and that is a drop.
That's a drop.
That's tough. But it's 4th and goal. We got this. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know what? At least it stops the clock. Stops the clock.
It does stop the clock. That is fair. Field goal is not going to go ahead and do it.
No, it ain't. This is it. This is your season.
The last play of the season here for Huntington Beach. We'll have to see. Going to pass it here. Looking for a man. Going to go short with it. And that is going to be not a touchdown. And that is going to give Dallas the football.
It is indeed going to give Dallas the football and the game.
Yeah. Unless they get a stop with the 3 timeouts. But yeah, that's kind of tough.
Looks like I wasn't wrong for saying as soon as we finish up business here in Huntington Beach, we coming for Detroit.
A little premature still, regardless, but you definitely got what you need. 83, you better get out of the stadium, out the state, out the country, change your name, change everything. Nah, I ain't gonna crucify him. I ain't gonna be like all these other guys calling my players bums and stuff like that. It was a mistake. It happens. We move on. Next season is going to be bigger and better. That's the goal. That's the movement that I'm going to be taking from here. So for all the HPV guys out there, we're going to be straight next season. Trust. If this is how it goes down.
Man pulled a Mark Andrews out there.
Because the game was more than just that. It was more on just getting stops when we needed to. And in this case, if they was to pick this first down up potential, we'll see they will. So that will be a definite GG's for sure in the chat. I'll let my boy Caboose get his move on, see how far he can go.
Oh man, it feels good to be back.
Mm-hmm. Big props once again to Dallas, of course. Great team all the way around. Props to them.
And likewise, GG's to Huntington Beach. You guys have the reputation you have for a reason. I'm just glad. I'm glad we can overcome that today.
I'm just glad to get that bum number 34 off my team. I'm just kidding.
Hey, he's coming to Dallas next season.
Have fun with that. I'm just kidding. Now you're gonna be straight though, because he's definitely strong. Just depending on how you build that playbook for sure. Because Dallas has been rolling without a custom all season.
Yeah.
So if you're able to make it work for him, I think it will be straight. Because I'm definitely going to be in the lab starting the off season for the set, and I got a lot of things going on. So yeah, we'll take this on the chin, but we have ourselves the new set. Let me go ahead and click over so I can put on the next game, which will be this one, and it's gonna feature the Dallas Dragons. Go ahead and throw them up like that. So congratulations there. And we have our 2 games that we have for our conference championships. We got Dallas and Detroit starting us off tomorrow. And then we'll go ahead and close out the game. I don't know why it's not showing up. I just have to put in the logo again. I put it up early. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let me see if I can find it here really fast while we're still waiting. Can't find it. It should be just photos. There, much better. So, Charlotte will be heading over to Toronto. Dallas heading to Detroit. And we'll go ahead and get that set up here. But we got to go through the stats this time around. And I will make sure not to drop my controller when I actually grabbed it. So, it's cool. But looking at the stats, though, like you see right there, the total offense. And even though Huntington Beach still put up over 400, 500 and some change is not going to match that as we go ahead and scroll through. What are your thoughts on Huntington Beach going into the following season, going into where they need to be?
I think I know we've said this a lot about Huntington Beach. Every season it feels like it's like, well, this might be the year where they fall off. I think they've got some changes that are going to be made. I don't know if they'll have as strong of a team next season. It seems like every season they kind of get a little bit weaker. And I'm excited to see how they replace guys like Ulf at running back. He's not going to be there for them next season to rush for his 1,500 yards that he did. Tyler Deathridge could very well be on the way out with the new quarterback rules that were implemented this offseason. So it's all about the new pieces, the new tools, and how that new playbook comes together. And I think it's going to be an interesting storyline to watch.
Most definitely. Should be interesting to see how it goes down. Just going through the statistics really fast. See the drops right there. But shoot, if you have all these CDs who worried about drops, you know what I'm saying? Very good job all the way around. And wishing the best of luck for Dallas and their movement to the new set here, which is the conference championship game. That'll be tomorrow. Well, not really new, but you know what I'm saying. They going into the new fold. They're going into Detroit for the first time in the playoffs, going for the conference championship game. It's going to be interesting to see. Nothing else here. Just going through the stats real fast for myself, so I can put these in, and I have to put in the game that was on before. Let me see if I can click through. Thank you. Being shown generally leading the way. What's that?
For the first time since season 7. Someone other than Huntington Beach will be representing the West in the United Bowl.
Most definitely, and we have 2 new chances to get a new champion as well, with Dallas and Detroit.
Absolutely.
And Charlotte for their first time too. So 3 out of 4 chance someone new wins the chip. That's pretty good. I like it.
And you love to see the kind of the parity taken over a little bit, passing of the torch, new guard coming in, as we get some new teams kind of added into the mix for championships.
You love to see it. You see right there, 17-7 second quarter definitely didn't help. And then the third quarter, you don't score any points in the game like this, you're gonna have a hard time winning ball games. So definitely a big job there by the I almost said Detroit again, by Dallas. And it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes down. Do you have any other thoughts before we move on?
Well, I mean, with how hard it's been for you to say Dallas all game, how are you going to cope with Detroit versus Dallas?
I mean, I won't cope. I just want a good game at this point. I won't cope, but it is what it is. Like I said, y'all better be ready for season 13 stacks. All y'all, especially you in the booth with me. I'm pointing at you directly. But
hey, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I love being back in the booth. I love being back as an owner too.
I am ready for it, and I'm just gonna shout out Kalu right now. You better be ready for this.
He said he's going to dog walk y'all, so
he's the one that's the dogs. Look at his logo. He's the dogs.
Yeah, you're going to dragon walk y'all, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and close it out here. Thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight. 5 games total. We're down 2 of them, so we got to go ahead and get through the conference championship games here tomorrow. We'll be back in the booth 6 o'clock. We'll start us off, but until then, for my boy Caboose, it's your boy Stacks, and we out of here.